Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be working on Gundam's back piece here. So we're going to start off with a simple cube here. It's look, going to scale out, so it's roughly the same size as the pack and the image. So I'm going to slide this back to here, select these words. So because we're going to be only whoops, the cube not directly. Nope. Okay, it's giving me some trouble, so I'm just gonna do it manually. So I'm gonna insert some edge loops here. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna work one off, so won't be needing that side. So I'm gonna select the insert edge loop tool and create two edge loops here. So what we're gonna do now is round this off just a little bit. So select this edge here. Oops. Select this edge. So I'm gonna use the lines on the image to tell me where it should be. Select these. Pull them out of head. Scale in. Select this way. Okay, undo this real quick. So we'll get back to that. Just select these edges here. So it's giving me some trouble now. Deselect these. That's much better. That's what we want. Just want some slight roundness. You don't want to go overboard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to create these indented areas now. So okay. So I'll just go to something real quick. So I'm just gonna scale these. I'm just gonna match it to the lines and the reference image. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna select these faces here, and we're going to extrude to around here. Should be okay. There we go. Got that nice shape going on now. So what we have to do now is create some horizontal divisions to create these indentations here. So one down here, another one down there, and one more should hit down here. Should be okay. And one more vertically down here. So what we're going to do now is select these faces here. Just going to make sure I don't select anything else by mistake. There we go. I'm going to be careful here and select these. So what we're going to do now is just extrude 3 times. So I'm going to extrude and scale in. Let's match it up with the reference image. So there we go. And you want to get rid of these, so delete these. So select these select these verts here. Use the scale tool to select these ones as well. Select all these. So I'm going to scale them up so they're nice and straight. Press X key on your keyboard to activate the grid snap and just snap to the grid, center of the grid. There we go. So now what we want to do is select these faces again. So make sure I'm not selecting anything else by mistake. Okay, and we're just going to extrude in. Once. Repeat command. There we go. 2 extrusions. So it's looking not looking bad. So I'm gonna turn off X-ray mode just for a second. Select the loop. Okay, so it's not going to let me do that. So if you want to get rid of these faces, always remember to get rid of the side faces. cause a lot of trouble. So let's go to the side view and just try and get everything to match up as best as possible. Just turn off extra mode. So got a little bit of nastiness going on here, but that's nothing can't fix. So I'm gonna slide this up. Just manually going in and tweaking some verts now. There we go, we got that shape now, that nice shape we're looking for. So this vert is looking a little. There we go. Now that's much better. This one, there we go. This is a little off. Let's just straighten this bit off. So this one, just like before we did the leg, we're gonna square off these inner bits. So let's do that. Oops. Let's just select these here, these ones here. I think I might have something else selected by mistake. So I'm looking okay. So it's gonna tweak a couple more little bits and bobs here. Turn this back on and just tweak these bits. Get it to match up with the reference image a little bit. So just notice we have to add one more edge loop around here. There we go. And just one last one, just so we can get this bit here going. It's looking pretty damn good at the moment. So I just noticed when I looked at it from the side, we have to add one more because there's just not enough polygons. If you see, it's another edge to get this bit here. That's better now. Just want to tweak these verts a little bit more now. There we go, that's much nicer. So what we're going to do now is just switch to the split screen view. So okay, let's make this one the front. It's freezing transformations. these transformations and by type history. So let's flip this to the side. I want this one to be perspective. So let's switch this split screen view again, and we're just gonna make on these indented areas. I'm gonna select the face. I'm just taking a look at it, make sure everything's lining up. So what I'm gonna do now is create this indented area. So I'm just gonna select the face. Oops, just checking things out. So I'm gonna select this face. I'm gonna extrude in just like we did with all the pieces before. I'm gonna do the exact same thing here. So I'm just gonna extrude and scale in. Extruding in one more. Let's quickly undo that. I'm just noticed something. I selected the wrong for mistake. So just repeat this command again. Just gonna extrude in. So just extrude in and scale in, and we're gonna extrude in again. This time pushing in. And one more time. There we go. That's 3 extrusions in total again. We've got this indented area. So we're gonna have to delete these side faces. We don't want these, remember, because when it comes to combining them, and if we still have these faces remaining, we'll get a nasty crease. We don't want that. So I'm just scaling in, make sure all the bits are in line, and I'm just using the grid snap to snap to the center of the grid. Just to refresh your mind, grid snap, you can activate it by holding down the X key on the keyboard. So I'm just going to insert an edge loop. Actually, I think we can, I don't think we'll need to. I think we got more than enough edges, polygons to get the job done. So I'm just selecting this face, and I'm gonna extrude in because this piece seems to be a slight indentation to it too. So I'm just gonna extrude it and scale in. I'm gonna extrude inwards again, and one more time. Just like before, 3 extrusions total. Now we're gonna insert an edge loop here with these little small indented areas. So I just inserted 4 edge loops going horizontally. We might have to. Actually, I don't think we will. So we're just going to select these 2 faces, and we're going to extrude in. We're going to scale in again, just like we've been doing before. Extrude inwards this time, and again, just like before, 3 extrusions. Now when we work on this top indented area, so we're gonna have to definitely insert some edge loops here, going vertically. I think we'll probably have to add 3 more 3 edge loops in total. So this is the first one, second one, and the third one. There we go, we've got the rough shape going on here. So I'm just gonna select these faces, being careful to make sure we don't select any wrong. We select the right ones this time. I'm just taking a quick look just to make sure I don't have any stray faces or anything selected. I'm just going to do the same extrusion process as before. So I'm just extruding in and scaling in all directions. I'm going to extrude inwards. It was extruded twice this time. You can see now we've got the shape of this component here going on. Excuse me. From the reference images, it looks like a very difficult piece, but in fact it's actually very simple if you just look at the shapes. So I'm just selecting all these words, I'm just going to line them up and then snap them to the grid, to the center of the grid. So I'm going to freeze transformation on this and delete all the history on it. I'm just going to duplicate it and flip it over in X. There we go, got the component all nice and done. Seems to be lining up with the reference images really accurately. Now what we're going to have to do is create these two what I'm going to describe as cylindrical components. I'm not exactly sure what they are. I think there might be some kind of gun related object. So we're just going to start off with a basic cylinder, which I just knocked down to 8. We really don't need that many subdivisions, but it's a very simple shape. I'll just slide it up into the rough position, and I'm going to scale in, so it's about the same thickness as the actual image itself. Like I've been saying from the get-go, your model don't have to be comprised of one part. It can be modeled from many separate pieces. It only has to look like it's made from a single unit. So what I've done is just selected these bits and just pull them up, and I'm just pulling these ones down so they penetrate the actual objects and the main component area. So you see we're going to have to add some edge loops here because there seems to be some indented areas. So we're going to have to add some edge loops just to get those shapes. So I've done, I've selected these faces and I'm going to extrude it out to get some thickness to the bottom area. There we go, and just pull down a bit. You can really see how simple techniques give you really good results. So I've just inserted a couple of edges and I'm just going to scale in. There we go. Once you get the hang of reading blueprints, you'll find modeling stuff like this to become much easier. It just boils down to practicing diligently. You don't get good overnight. It just takes perseverance and a lot of tries and a lot of failures as well. But you can't let that dishearten you though. Because like anything, it just takes some time. So just extrude out this top face here and extrude in a couple of times. Actually, I'm going to have to widen this out. It looks a little too doesn't quite match up the reference images. I'm just going to select these edges and scale out a bit uniformly. Do the same thing with the top edges. You just widen this out, and I'm going to select these faces and I'm going to extrude in. I'm going to extrude in and scale in once. Extrude down one more time. 3 extrusions in total. So I'm just going to check everything, make sure it's lining up nicely, which it is. I'm just going to center the pivot on this. So first I'm just freezing transformation, deleting history. I'm going to snap this pivot point to the center of the grid. so we can get it to flip over accurately on the opposite side. In this X, there we go. We got this main back piece done now. You really see how it just comes together. It really isn't too difficult. So just noticed it isn't quite as straight as I'd like it, so I'm just gonna tweak these vertices. I'm just gonna get rid of this side. Just work over here. I'm just gonna scale all these vertices so until they're nice and straight. Oh, that's not it. For some did that, didn't really like those. I might just have to go in manually and just undid a couple steps. So I'm just gonna have to select them manually and just push them out. I'm trying to straighten them out as best as possible. It's looking much better now. Yes, alright. It's much straighter. Got a good look to it now. I'm just checking in all angles, making sure it's okay. Make sure I haven't make sure we don't have any nastiness going on. So just notice that these bits aren't as straight as I'd like them, so I'm just gonna have to tweak them a bit. Excuse me. These aren't looking as straight and as crisp as I'd like them, so I'm just gonna have to tweak them manually just a bit. So I'm just scaling in and I'm just gonna rotate so they're all straight. I'm just gonna tweak these couple bits here. So I just undid those. So I'll probably just leave it as it is. It weren't too bad. So now what we're going to do is create these cylindrical pieces to the back area. So I'm just going to rotate it so it's roughly the same as the reference image. Again, subdivisions will be selected at 8. You don't want to go too high with something as simple as this, but it's not really too it's not really that extravagant of a piece. It's a basic shape, so you want to keep the polygons as low as you don't want to go overboard the polygon limit on these simple pieces. So I'm just scaling in, just like I did with the other cylindrical pieces. I'm just pushing it in so we insert it right into the actual the main area. I turned off extra just to make sure, just to take a look at just see if it's meshing with the main component. So it looked like I scaled it out too much before. So I'm just gonna scale it up a little bit so it's slightly bigger. So I'm going to select this face and I'm going to extrude in a couple of times. So I'm going to extrude and scale in uniformly. That's once. I'm going to extrude in again uniformly one more time. And I'm going to extrude inwards this time. That's once, twice. So that's 4 extrusions total this time around. Just making sure he hasn't popped out from the back. Excuse me. I'm just selecting these verts and I'm just going to scale up. I'm just going to delete the history on these. I'm just going to snap the pivot point to the center. I'm going to duplicate it over next. You can see now everything's really starting to take shape now. We're about 80% of the way there now. Well, 75, or around 75% to 80% complete. Everything's really starting to take shape. It's matching the reference images pretty nicely as well. Like I said, it may look like a very difficult thing to create, but it's essentially just a bunch of cubes. So just duplicated these cylindrical pieces here. So I'm just scaling them down. And we're gonna reuse these pieces to create the cylindrical piece at the top area. So just rotate them. It's gonna slide into place. You can see here this very simple process here. I mean, there's no point recreating something when you already have a similar shape already. So I just decided to reuse these pieces. I'm just sliding them into place here. There you go, the slots right into place here. Just gonna move them up a little bit. There we go. Exactly what we wanted. Just gonna freeze transformation on these and delete history. I'm just bringing everything back now. That's really looking nice now. I'm checking it from all angles. Just zoomed out a bit just to see everything as a whole. It's really matching up. Everything's coming along.